Good morning, everybody. I'd like to welcome you here, and it's really amazing that you've found your way through the heat to the House of Industry here, and that I see many new faces here, a lot of friends, colleagues. It's the third time that we are organizing this conference. It's our third Viennese talk on resilience and networks. And just when I think back, about it was 4 years ago when we started, this idea of resilience was kind of new. I mean, it was in the scientific world around for a while, actually for many centuries, but it really picked up in the last couple of years and became a new field of research that is capable to integrate really different areas of not just of research, but also different stakeholder groups. And this conference here, the whole setup, how we organize it, is kind of sort of unusual. It's an unlikely event, so to speak. Why unlikely? Because when you look at the organizers, we are a research institution, we are an international global research institution, the IASA, the Eco-Social Forum, a kind of NGO, so to speak, and our FAS.research, a research-driven consultancy, so a business-oriented organization. And I think to organize something where different people come together from different areas, from different social worlds, so to speak, is more important than ever. Let me explain a little bit on that. I think we can differentiate three types of problems. So we have simple problems in our world. Simple problems are problems where we know how to solve them. We know it, we can do it, let's do it most effective and efficient as possible. No big deal. And then there are complicated problems. So complicated problems are problems where you need a specialist, somebody who really is into it, and you have to know who the specialists are, and hopefully they can help you. And then there are complex problems. Complex problems are problems, and that's how I would define them, where you actually don't know how to solve them. Sometimes it's even not possible to define what the problem actually is. You might have heard about this idea of so-called wicked problems. And we have a complex problem. There's nothing worse than to specialize even more. So specialization is perfect if you're facing complicated problems. But for complex problems, you have to truly move beyond your own boundaries and work together across fields. And when I say across fields, I'm not just talking about scientific disciplines. You really have to work together with the governmental institutions, with the social sector, with business and academia. And there is one reason why this does not happen very frequently, and this has something to do with our subtle cohesion in a world under stress. When we're under stress, what's happening is that we focus more and more. So we try to get rid of complexity by ignoring complexity. But just by ignoring it doesn't mean that that's a way that's not around anymore. So our capacity, our capability to work together across scale, across institutional setups, to accept and see that there is a multitude of currencies of different ways to look at a problem, and that there's not just one, is a hugely important and decisive aspect of building up our resilience and be capable to explore complex problems. I've heard this definition of being a scientist today. I read it the other day. I thought it's really nice because the scientific world is characterized by more and more specialization, more and more focus, more and more division of labor. And then the definition was something like a scientist is somebody who knows more and more about less and less till he knows everything about nothing. I mean, that's a kind of joke, obviously, but I think many of us know what we're talking about. And when I think about the world I'm come from, when I think about the business world, there's this saying that the business world is knowing the price of everything but the value of nothing. Similar truth. Again, I think there's many reasons why we have to look across our own social boundaries and to see how to renew ourselves, because the institutional setups are somehow in a crisis because they are so closed and they are so separated from each other, because of this whole notion of specialization and are being focused at complicated problems. So, therefore, I'm very happy that we have this diversity of people here. We have, again, a fantastic lineup of speakers who represent all those different social worlds and experiences. I'm talking here. I'm really want to thank here the Austrian Federation of Industry and Christoph Neumeier for hosting us here. I want to thank the Eco-Social Forum, Clemens Riegler and his team for this really very uncomplicated and professional collaboration. And I want to thank very much Brian Fath, who is not a collaborator here, but is very important in our work. He pointed me to many different authors and aspects that helped a lot in our own work. Thank you very much, Brian, for that. And this is, I think, a good moment to hand over to Brian for your welcome note. So thank you very much.